They say you can't turn back time. They're wrong, I know. Because in my kitchen, on a cheap wooden wall, hangs a clock that rewinds 30 seconds. Every time I lie. I didn't buy it in some cursed antique shop. It wasn't handed down by a dying old man whispering warnings. I got it on a website, $49.99. Free shipping. At least, that's what I tell people. The truth is messier. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. You don't understand how much your life depends on lies until time itself punishes you for them. The first time it happened, I thought I was dizzy. It was a Monday night, 11:37 p.m. The kind of hour where all the important decisions you should have made during the day come back and sit on your chest. I was standing in the kitchen with my phone in my hand, staring at a message from my boss. Tomorrow 9 a.m. Don't be late again. We need to talk about your performance. I already knew what that meant. I'd been late 3 times that month. 2 sick days that weren't really sick. And 1 family emergency that was just me, sitting in my car, unable to force myself through the office door. My thumb hovered over the screen, typing and erasing as I rehearsed my excuse for tomorrow. Then my phone rang. Mom, of course. I took a deep breath and answered. Hey, Mom. Her voice crackled in my ear, warm and worried.
Ethan, honey, you sound tired. Are you okay?
I stared at the half-empty bottle of wine on the counter, at the unopened stack of bills, at the dark window, reflecting a version of me with hollow eyes.
Yeah, everything's good, don't worry.
I lied, and the world twitched. It was small, a hiccup in reality. The hum of the refrigerator skipped like a track jumping on an old CD. The sound of the clock stuttered. The kitchen light flickered once, then went back to normal. I blinked.
But where are you now? Are you safe?
Yeah, I'm here, just a bad connection, I guess.
I pushed the weird sensation aside. I'd had headaches all week. Maybe my brain was just tired. We talked for another minute. Well, she talked. I made comforting noises. She asked if I was eating well, if work was okay, if I was happy. All the usual landmines. And I stepped on every one of them. Each lie a small, harmless thing. Nothing I hadn't said 1,000 times before.
I'm eating fine. I like my job. Yeah, I've been sleeping better.
Then I heard it. A soft, almost mechanical whir. My eyes flicked up to the wall clock. The second hand was moving backwards. Not smoothly, not like some fancy artistic reverse motion thing. No, it jerked and snapped in sharp, precise steps. And the numbers on my microwave, they changed. 11:36 p.m. The room seemed to tilt. My throat went dry. The wine bottle, which had been closer to empty than full, was now just half empty again. The notification from my boss, the message I had opened and read, was back to bold, as if I'd never seen it. My phone screen lit up. Incoming call. Mom. I froze. Same ringtone, same timing.
Ethan, honey, you sound tired. Are you okay?
Exactly the same words, the same intonation, the same rhythm. Like a recording, my heart pounded so hard I could feel it in my teeth. This time, I didn't say I'm fine. I swallowed and forced myself to answer.
No, not really.
The room didn't twitch. The clock kept moving forward, obedient and boring. On the other end of the line, my mother's voice softened. "Talk to me," she said. That was the first time. It wasn't enough to convince me, of course. We are good at ignoring the impossible. We survive by pretending the world makes sense. For the next 2 days, I told myself I'd imagine it. A micro seizure, a stress episode, too much caffeine, not enough sleep. But then, it happened again. And this time, there were witnesses. I work in customer support, the kind of job that turns your voice into a script and your soul into hold music. That Wednesday, I was in the break room, standing in front of the vending machine, pretending to decide between a chocolate bar and a pack of stale-looking chips. Alex from IT was there too, scrolling on his phone, the eternal aura of someone who lives in dark server rooms and drinks energy drinks like water.
You going to the team thing tonight?
I frowned. Team thing? The bar, after work. He finally glanced up. You didn't see the email? I had seen the email. I had deleted it 3 seconds later. Crowded bar, forced small talk, loud music, my personal hell.
Yeah, I'll be there.
The moment the lie left my mouth, I felt it again. He looked confused for half a second. Then he shrugged it off.
Hey, you going to the team thing tonight?
Deja vu, but heavier. I knew what would happen if I lied. The clock on the wall wasn't my kitchen clock. It was some generic office thing. And yet, I could feel it, like there was an invisible string connecting the second hand to my tongue. I took a breath.
No, I'm not. Bars give me anxiety.
Alex looked up. His eyebrows rose. Seriously? Yeah. He studied me for a moment like I'd just confessed to being allergic to oxygen. Then he shrugged.
Fair. I'll probably bail early anyway.
This time, it was the truth, and time obeyed. Lie equals rewind. Simple, except it wasn't simple at all, because if lying pulled you back 30 seconds, then some conversations could be trapped in loops. Some moments could replay like broken film. And if I had been lying my whole life, how many times had I rewound without even noticing? Once you start asking that question, you can't stop. I tested it at home. I stood in front of the kitchen clock, the one that had betrayed the illusion of linear time, and I watched the second hand move. I glanced at the digital clock on the stove, 9:14 p.m. My heart hammered.
2 + 2 is 5.
A harmless lie, no stakes, no emotion. The world didn't care. The clock ticked. The fridge hummed. The light stayed steady. I frowned. Okay, I muttered. So it doesn't react to that. Maybe it needed something more personal. I took a breath.
I'm happy.
The air thickened, like someone had turned up the humidity in the room. Then the clock twitched. The second hand jerked backward. The minute hand shivered and stepped back. I stood there, listening. The last 30 seconds of my life replayed in reverse silence, like a tape rewinding somewhere above my head. And then, everything resumed. Okay, I whispered. So, that's the rule then. It wasn't just any lie. It was personal lies. And once I understood that, the clock stopped being a weird glitch in reality. It became a mirror, a cruel one. You might be wondering why I didn't just stop lying. Simple answer: because my entire life was built on lies. You don't just pull those out without the whole building coming down. Tell your mother you're not okay. Tell your boss you hate your job. Tell your friends you feel like a background character in your own story. See how long your world stays stable. But there was another reason I didn't quit, a darker one. The more I played with it, the more I realized something. Rewinding 30 seconds, that's not just punishment. It's power. What would you do if you could redo the last 30 seconds anytime you wanted? I discovered that by accident. I was crossing the street near my apartment, headphones in, Looking at my phone, I stepped off the curb just as a car turned the corner too fast. I didn't see it, but I heard it. My heart was trying to punch its way out of my chest, and in that moment, panicked, dizzy, shaken, a thought flashed through my mind. I almost died, and right after that, another thought. I wonder. I stood there in the middle of the crosswalk, breathing hard as the walk sign flashed red. Cars waited. Someone yelled for me to move. Instead, I closed my eyes and whispered to myself,
I'm okay. I'm not scared.
it was a lie. Time knew it. And then I was back, on the sidewalk, 30 seconds earlier. The car hadn't turned yet. The light hadn't changed. No one was honking. My hand was still in my pocket, my phone still on the lock screen. I stared at the intersection. I waited. The car turned the corner too fast, just like before. But this time, I never left the curb. It roared past, oblivious. I watched it go, my pulse pounding. I hadn't just rewound a conversation. I'd rewound my death. And that's when it really hit me. This wasn't just about honesty. This was about control. Every time I lied about my own feelings, my fears, my pain, the universe handed me back 30 seconds of my life, a tiny refund, and people waste lives on much less generous deals every day. That night, I sat at my table staring at the clock. It ticked along innocently, glowing faintly in the dim light. I thought about all the ways this could go wrong. Obsession, addiction, perfecting every interaction, redoing arguments until you always win, rehearsing charm, never saying the wrong thing, never missing the right one. 30 seconds doesn't sound like much, but 30 seconds, over and over, in the hands of someone desperate, that's enough to break reality. I told myself I would use it carefully, responsibly.
This is the last time, I swear. I can stop whenever I want. I will make this right.
I looked the clock in the face and said out loud, I'm strong enough to handle this. The world trembled and rewound. Of course it did, because that was the biggest lie I'd ever told.